Hello, Unplayable Podcast. Second test in Grenada. Australia have batted first and made 286 on the first day. To run you through it, Jack Paynter is there at the National Cricket Stadium and he's going to give us the update. Jack, how are things over there in Grenada?
Going very well, Josh. It's a beautiful country, this actually, Grenada. I'm really enjoying the time here. Like picturesque hills, oceanside venue. What's not to love? So yeah, it's going well.
Let's get straight into the action, Jack. Obviously, we've seen the scorecard. What was your biggest moment of the day today?
Yeah, so the moment of the day, Josh, has to be that 112-run partnership between Beau, Webster and Alex Carey. I know it's a bit of an extended moment of the day, that one, but it was up to the middle order again to sort of rescue Australia after they fell to 5 for 110, some more top order wobbles. So yeah, that partnership really, took the game away from the West Indies, and they've posted Australia all out 286. They've posted a total that's 106 more runs than what they managed in the first innings in the last test. So it's a good first innings score, especially on a surface that's challenging. It's down to those two guys and Travis Head as well. He's helped stabilise the middle order and after the sort of top order batting a little bit as well before he was out. But those three guys are in red hot form, and they're really Australia really relying on them at the moment to get their runs.
Well, let's talk a bit more about them. Alex Kerry and Beau Webster both got 60s again today. What did you like about their innings?
Just the way they put the pressure back on the bowlers. West Indies were well on top after they got Travis Head out, caught behind. And Alex Kerry came out. He was 25 off 25 balls to start his innings. He was walking at the bowlers again, hitting them over the top. And then Beau Webster, he's naturally aggressive as well and able to put pressure back on the bowlers with his big towering 200 centimeter frame. So the way they showed that sort of intent, and it's a cliche word, intent, but it really was what sort of got the game moving in Australia's favour.
He makes it look so easy, Beau Webster, doesn't he? And so does Alex Hero. I mean, when he's going, I had switched on for the final session today, and either of them, they didn't really look like getting out, and then Alex Carey just sort of hit a bit of a half tracker straight to mid-wicket, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's a bit streaky towards the end there, wasn't he? Got his 50 edging between the keeper and first slip, and missed run-out chance as well. But that shot that he played to get out was probably obviously his worst shot of the innings, but kind of took you by surprise a bit. He was looking so comfortable, and all of a sudden, bit of a half tracker from Justin Graves dug in short, and just sort of spooned it to mid wicket. So that was a huge bonus for the West Indies, especially at that point in the game where you thought those two could really take the day away from the West Indies and put on a huge score.
Now, 4 half-centuries in 6 tests for Beau Webster. A couple of years ago during the Sheffield Shield, he earned the nickname Sir Garfield Sobers because he was doing it with bat and ball. Is there a chance that he's going to meet the great man during this tour to the West Indies?
Well, the opportunity would have been the last test because Garfield Sobers obviously Barbadian. So I'm not sure he was there. We're trying to sort of pair him up and suss out if he was there, but we didn't see the great man, unfortunately. Potentially, there's another test to go at Savannah Park in Jamaica. That's sort of a bit of a home for West Indies cricket as well. They've played a lot of tests there over the years. But potentially the last test to the first one of the series would have been the moment. But we can keep our fingers crossed for that for sure.
That'd be a great crossover. Now, there was a bit of controversy I've seen in the live blog on cricket.com.au today, Jack. The Travis Head dismissal. Talk us through what happened and why was it controversial?
Yeah, Josh, it was another one of those ones where the pitchers don't quite tell the full story. Another low catch to the wicketkeeper. Travis Head's facing Shamar Joseph, just got one to rear a little bit on him, caught the handle of the bat and sort of ballooned towards Shy Hope, the keeper, who took a cracking grab sort of low down to his left. They sent it upstairs again. Ninton Menon is the third umpire for this test. So Adrian Holdstock, who had a bit of a tough game last week in Barbados, he's on field this week. And it was tough to tell. I thought it wasn't conclusively out. Wasn't conclusively not out, I guess. But where's the doubt go? Looked to me like the ball and the glove sort of met the ground at the same time. But yeah, it's another one of those ones where 2D pitches don't quite do justice to what actually happened on field. So yeah, another tough call for the third umpire, and I'd hate to be in that hot seat right now.
Is it one of those ones where the on-field umpires give a soft signal and that sort of helps the third umpire make a call when it's inconclusive?
Well, I think they've done away with the soft signal now, haven't they? So I certainly didn't see the umpires signal anything other than just the square box to go upstairs and have a look. The West Indies players certainly weren't overly confident. Like they sort of had an appeal, asked the question, and obviously after that it's in the umpire's hands. So I think their head coach Darren Sammy and Roston Chase will be breathing a sigh of relief tonight that they had a decision go their way, because they were pretty vocal last test after they copped four line ball calls that all went Australia's way. So they had their say last week. Darren Sammy spoke again tonight, but he couldn't be drawn on that potentially because the decision went their way. So they were certainly happy to get that wicket at the time too, because Travis Head was looking dangerous.
They were also happy after the Pat Cummins wicket, and so were the umpires, who had a bit of a laugh. Talk us through what happened when Cummins was bowled by Alzari Joseph.
That was quite comical, wasn't it? You were watching at the time too, as well. You'd woken up and caught the last session, and Cummins, he was a bit uncomfortable with the short ball. He was quite aggressive last week in the first test. He was aggressive again today, pouncing on anything full. So they went straight away to the short ball tactic and got him hopping around a little bit. This one particular ball from Alzari Joseph, pitched halfway down and almost hit Pat Cummins on the ankles. So you'd imagine his surprise when he was bowled off his pads while jumping back in the air to a ball on day one that potentially should have been around his chest, not his ankles. So that was a bit of a shock. And he sort of stood there leaning on his bat, looking down at the pitch. I don't know what he was doing. He was a bit surprised, but he was probably trying to figure out where that spot was so he could target it on day two. But yeah, certainly the umpires were caught on camera having a bit of a chuckle after that one. So wait and see if we're served up any more of those throughout day two or the rest of the game.
Yeah, a bit diabolical, but with Australia having 286 on the board, they'll probably feel not too disheartened by seeing that. And they almost got a chance to bowl to the West Indies tonight, but bad light, unfortunately, meant that didn't happen.
Yes, well, there's no daylight saving sort of summertime in the Caribbean, so it does get quite dark around sort of 6 o'clock, 6:30ish, and especially today when we had 2 rain delays. There was a few clouds around, and there's no lights here either at the National Stadium in Grenada. So,
Wow.
potentially, that sort of leaves it sort of you kind of chasing daylight at the end of the day, really. And they only got 66.5 overs in today because of those delays. So a very short day, but a team has finally batted out the day for once. But yeah.
Well, not really, but yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, we'll give the Aussies that one. Who were the West Indies' best performers today, Jack?
Had to be Alzari Joseph, who best test figures in more than 2 years today with these 4 for 61. So bit of a welcome return to form for him. He certainly looked the most threatening throughout the day. I think namesake Shamar had a bit of an off day. It looked like the Aussies were able to play him pretty comfortably after his opening spell. So Alzari sort of stepped up in his absence, posed a few questions with a bit of steep bounce, and wrapped up the tail sort of relatively quickly once sort of Webster got out. He got 2 of the last 4 wickets. The West Indies would have been pleased with that to sort of get in batting, although they didn't bat. But they'll have the bright sunshine potentially tomorrow morning, hopefully for them, and they can get batting.
Now, the Aussie support has been very strong across this whole test series so far, Jack. Who did you spot in the crowd today?
Well, same sort of person we spotted last week, Carl Hooper, but this time he was wearing a shirt with Dizzy's face on it, which was quite funny. So we had Dizzy last week wearing a shirt with Carl Hooper's face on it, and then Carl Hooper wearing Dizzy today, equipped with his Adelaide striker's hat. I know you liked that touch as well. So he lives in Adelaide now, I believe they were saying on the broadcast. So good to see him out and about. But there's 4 blokes as well I'm not sure if you remember this one. We would have been quite young at the time, but would have seen the photos. But that's 1990s sort of inspired baseball shirt with the handwriting of Australia across the front of the front of the jersey. There was a few of those in the crowd today with that green and white stripe across the front. So that was pretty cool. We've seen lots of retro kits out and about today. And there was also a replica 1999 World Cup jersey, which not the one that was made a couple of years back for that ODI series against the Kiwis, but an actual one with the Fly Emirates sponsorship on it. So
Oh, the OG.
yeah, I wouldn't imagine there'd be too many of those floating around, but that was pretty cool to see.
Fantastic. Yeah, that baseball sort of kit, it's really, it's like a highlighter yellow, isn't it? It's very fluorescent, an electric yellow. You can't miss it. So those guys definitely standing out in the crowd. Jack, when you go to Grenada, obviously you want to watch cricket, you want to spend some time on the beach, but you want to enjoy their local delicacies and their cuisines. What did they serve up for you today?
It was a bit of rice and chicken today, so a classic staple. It was actually good to get lunch because we didn't have power in the press box for the first half of the day today. They were running around with extension leads trying to plug in our laptops and rushing up to the radio boxes. So it was very comforting to get lunch in the end. So a bit of rice and chicken with some potential honey soy sauce on it. So yeah, good little dish to satisfy the taste buds.
Now, you're also sitting outside in the press box here, is that right? Did you get rained on today at all?
No, we didn't. It's got a roof over it, thankfully. But yeah, it is outside and front row seats too. So we are right on the boundary at sort of mid off to a right hander with the bowler coming in from the pavilion end. So we are really close to the action. Didn't see myself on the broadcast today, so potentially they stay away from the journos. There's more interesting things in the crowd to look at as well, especially you got Carl Hooper and Dizzy Gillespie up in the stands. But yeah, very very close and open air press box. Just fortunately the power had maybe copped a battering from the weather over the years. So but we've got a lead and we've got power and we've got Wi-Fi for tomorrow. So yeah, we'll be able to bring you all the live updates from day 2.
Good stuff, Jack. Keep your eyes on the cricket and we'll catch you for day 2.
Chat to you then, Josh.